Hello, normal player guy. Right now, okay, so this video we will look at the categories that Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 are on. We're going to look at a few because a few of them are worth quite a laugh, and I don't know why they did this. This is awkward. One of them is Accelerated Battle. One of them is Artificial Life Forms. Another is Androids, Worthy Rivals, Signature Pose, and all that carry on. Now, a few of them could work out on, but a few of them you don't. I would say the androids, the signature pose, and right would be quite a good one, but the artificial life forms would be a good one. But accelerated battle, worthy rivals, is probably not. So we're going to have a look at accelerated battle as one of the weird ones. So accelerated battle, there is next to no androids in here. You have this cell. There's one. We have a look down. There's another one. But again, these are Cell Saga based, right? None of these are Red Ribbon Army, as much as these were created by the Red Ribbon. This is more independent. It's not specifically Red Ribbon. There's no 16, 17, and all that kind of stuff. There's another cell. This is it. All these links that they have, they're just not going to work on Accelerated Battle. Some of these, like this guy, would have Cold Judgment. And when you got some Trunkses, if they're even on here, they don't even have Cold Judgment. Some of the Trunkses aren't even on here. The Future Saga links, just not going to happen. It's disappointing that they're on these categories. You're just not going to run this on Accelerated Battle. If you were to run an Android build, you would just mainly run it around these. They have big bad bosses, right? They have Nightmare. They have all that kind of stuff that really, really helps. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 are more like the Great Saiyaman or Gotenks, but just in Android form. So this is a bit of a weird one. There isn't really any units on here that stand out that you could use them on. This seems a bit dead. We'll take that off. But one of the more laughable ones that there is would be Worthy Rivals. So yeah, when this all catches up, here we go. Worthy Rivals is quite a funny one. So as for Extreme Class, there's nothing. It's just Vegeta, absolutely for Vegeta. So there's nothing in the way there. And in terms of Super Class, no, nothing. There's virtually nothing here that could actually be used here to just not even close. Worthy Rivals is anyone who's ever made a big time arc against Goku, right? So that's basically Piccolo, Beerus, Vegeta, and Pikkon. That's basically it. We have a look. This is the only android, but he is Tournament of Power build. All his key links are Tournament of Power, right? This is disappointing. Having a look at these to even trigger some stuff like Android Assault, you're not going to get it. If you are you going to trigger Cold Judgment? You're not going to get it. None of these are Future Saga on here that would trigger Cold Judgment. This is probably a laugh. Speaking of which, the Extreme Class for Worthy Rivals is an absolute disgrace. We need more. You certainly ain't going to run it against Crossover Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, Beerus, Pikkon. I mean, it's just they're all built differently. Not one of these you'll get a support. You know who's the only one you'll get on this? Gamma 2 and Gamma 1, right? That's really it. So, Worthy Rivals is also a bit disappointing. But there are some that you can actually get. So, Artificial Life Forms, Androids, and Signature Pose are doable. So, we look at Signature Pose. Now, as I say, it's the Great Saiyaman and it's Gotenks. You've even got the Ginyu Force, right? But if you needed a floater, because this is it, by the way, this I have is all the TURs, not including the LRs, but the LRs is just the friend summon one. This is on my one page, the whole of Signature Pose. Now, you could just stick him on as a floater. You would trigger the Innocence with this guy. You're not going to trigger Cold Judgment or Android Assault. But you will trigger the Innocence and Signature Pose with this guy. Some of these have had their easy A's, making them quite valuable. You could prop up this guy. You could prop up this guy, right? Could be quite interesting. As a floater, you would use him. Now, he is given, now, depending which one you have, they give the rotation attack. or did he give the rotation defense? Of course, you had Gamma 1 because he guards, you could stick him in because Super Battle Road and Extreme Super Battle Road for this team is ridiculous. It's very glass cannony, and even then, it's not the greatest. This guy, you're relying on his stuns. He does have a 70% chance to stun, but you never know. But that's about it, right? Some of these are quite useful. She's had an Easy A now, who could be quite nice. This guy is reasonable, especially against Extreme class. Realistically, I think maybe a Ginyu squad might be the way to go for this. But if you needed to do this for a superclass build, if you don't really have these, you could stack him on as a floater. You would trigger some links, shocking speed, fierce battle, signature pose. It can work, right? So that's not so bad. That is possible. But where these units are really going to shine for either one, especially more for Gamma 2, that would be better because Gamma 2 has Innocence, whereas Gamma 1 has Cold Judgment. So you're even going to get more value as a floater on team building as Gamma 2. But here we go. So the next one we have is Artificial Lifeforms and Androids. Now there is quite a fair bit of overlap, and there are some fantastic units on both of them which you can actually use. So we start off in which we have Artificial Lifeforms. So you are able to run some of these. Now some of these other androids, these are mainly a little bit of GT, but Cell Saga, right? But you can trigger something like Android Assault and so on. Some of these, you'll be able to trigger some key links. In terms of signature pose, you're not going to get that. As the Innocence, not going to get that. But I pulled up 2 of the links that you are going to get a good look at. So one of them is Android Assault. So a lot of these units you can have. So we check out Android Assault. So we've got Super 13 will be a good one. We have the Tech Future Saga. They are brilliant. They are also on Android. Shocking. Let's have a look. She is pretty decent after Easy A. These, the banner unit for the Tech Future Saga androids, they're fantastic. You'll also find them there. You may even find them. For some reason, you don't find them on Artificial Lifeforms, but you do find them on androids. So androids is going to be their best link on there. And not only that, if you check out the Red Ribbon Army, they're also on here, right? So probably going to be one of the best ones going. Can't quite remember if these are a support. Do you know who else has Red Ribbon Army? Super 13. So this could be a resurgence for Super 13 and, of course, 1920 are brilliant, right? So Android Assault, what you can trigger. So a lot of these can be free to play. Well, a lot of these are actually rubbish, right? 17 could be quite useful. But again, his links are all different. Because he can reduce damage, he could be good as a floater. Let's see. This guy's a free-to-play unit and had his Easy A, pretty decent. These guys are, well, yeah, these two, they're not too shabby. It's still going to be a little bit wonky. 21 could be a good leader for androids. These are a great support for them, so they could buff them out a little bit. Gives key as well, because they're not going to link too much. These are all attack and defensive links. Right, we check. You get defense here. You begin to get key at level 5, so bit of grinding away. Red Ribbon Army, just attack and defense, right? So you get plenty of attack, but your key link will come from, at least it's level 5, right? At least you don't have to grind all the way to level 10, but 2 key at level 10 is going to be key. Get it? Because because realistically, outside of shocking speed, you're just not going to build them. Some of them can give key as a support. Between Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, you'll get 3, but it depends on who you get. If you have Gamma 2, you'll get 2 key for all allies. Gamma 1 gives 1. So again, value-wise. Androids and Artificial Lifeforms will be the best team that they'll be on. Movie Heroes, I checked it out. It's an absolute no-go. We've checked out... we checked out Accelerated Battle. Absolute no-go. I checked out some of the other links as well that they have, and it's an absolute no-go because it's all super class and it has little to no relevance here. So they're great. They're reasonable units. Hell, I'd even put them on the border of being great. As I say, Gamma 2 feels a bit more valuable because of the 2 key, and he can have a chance to crit, and he's going to hit a little bit harder. Gamma 1 guards is really his only trope. Androids would be a good one, especially if you can run Red Ribbon Army, triggering these 2 units, even these 3 units, even these paired up with this guy will foresee any super attack. Need more of this. So brings me to my next point. If they're gonna do this, it would be nice to see in the future any more androids that come out, especially even from Cell Saga. If they just have the RR Red Ribbon link, it'd be really nice just to see more of this come out, because it still gives attack and defense, which is really nice. It can be a common link. It can bring this category out. Android Assault as well. We need to give more to this. Just more to give them more stacking power, right? You've got these guys who could be brilliant. You got these guys as well, right? These 2, along with this guy. Android Assault is, pinnacle. It's going to be great. Even 21's on here. The nice supports on Android Assault, right? It's not necessarily terrible. It just needs more units to come out. But that leads it to this, though. This is this is realistically what you're going to be building just to get the most out of it. As I say, Gamma 2 could be better on special pose, right? Just it's got a few links that could just be activated as a floater, just to give a little bit of attack to the other units. I'm a bit disappointed that while it's an overall thorough unit, the links and the categories are just kind of rubbish. Movie Hero is not great. You could have at least slapped Movie Boss onto it as well, just to give it a bit more variety. If they would work as that, they probably arguably would work better. But yeah, so all around, as good as they are disappointing. Remember, Gamma 2 is still better. I still think Gamma 2 is better. Right, that's going to be the nice part 2 follow-up for the last video, which was a nice reveal for the Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. So if you liked it, you liked it. If you didn't, you didn't. Until the next time, bye-bye.